Yeah, this is Mark 20 from Alter Bridge, and you're at Popularity.
With this album, did you feel any pressure to follow up to the band's previous successes?
No, I think we kind of got over that after the first, the sophomore record on that was the Creed days. I think when you put that pressure on yourself, it just hurts the writing process. So we try and just do our best and not worry about it.
Mm-hmm. What actually decides that the time is right to go into the studio to record an album? Or is it really just an ongoing process?
We just try and take whatever time we have to put out as many songs as we can. I think we have, once you make it a dynamic record, it's time to go in the studio. I think once you have a handful of different sounds on the record, so you can make it interesting.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that songs come naturally to the band now? Does creating music ever get easier over time?
I think you improve and come up with new tricks along the way, and I think as you write more, you learn to be a better songwriter. But at the same time, you've already used so many ideas. You kind of have landmines along the way. If you come up with something that you really dig, sometimes you've done something similar and you have to abandon that idea. So it's kind of works with you and against you at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you noticed with the album creation process the last time around that you didn't feel that you liked and you made sure to change that this time around?
Well, the biggest change, I think, between records, we had so much time with the last record that we changed arrangements and worked on songs to death, and we kind of lost the excitement of some of the tunes by the time we recorded them. Whereas this record, it was more fresh and exciting when we went in there, and which I think translates on the record.
At this point, what do you value most about the band?
I'm just very proud of it at this point. I think we've come a long way, and I think it's some of the best music that I've done in my career, and just very proud of the other guys in the band, and finally getting that #1 single that we've been working so hard for.
What first comes to mind when you hear these song titles? First one, Fallout.
The song. It was one of the first songs that we worked on for the record. We played a lot at sound check, and the guitar line was something that I had been playing for a couple of years prior. So it's mainly, I would think, right to that guitar line.
What about Zero?
Zero. That was a song that I had real high hopes for going into the studio. That was kind of more of a disappointment for me once we got it done. I still enjoy the song, but I had higher hopes for it.
When do you feel that you are personally in your most creative state, and has that place changed over time?
I'm most creative at night when the world is asleep and I'm not getting any phone calls and my kids are asleep, and I can just be alone. But I have to pretty much be alone and have all the time in the world and nothing else to worry about.
Creating music is like organizing an accident. What do you think of that statement?
Yeah, it's capturing lightning in a bottle, and you never know what you're going to get. I think over the years you try and make it easier on yourself by organizing better with your ideas, but it is, it's exciting and stressful all at the same time, so you never know what you're going to get.
What would you say were the key challenges that the band faced this time around during the album creation?
We had a 3-month window, and at first that seemed a little nerve-wracking, but once we got going, I think knowing that we had a time schedule, we worked around the clock and made better use of our time, and I think it worked out for the better.
What would you say is the biggest thing that you learned about yourself this time around?
To not compromise and not worry about writing for radio, or for not to play it safe, just to go in there and write exactly what's in your heart.
Can you describe your attraction to music?
Well, when I was young, I was drawn to it. Whenever I'd hear a song on the radio that would have a guitar break, like a Boston song, where it would break down to just the guitar riff, or I would always be drawn to the guitar first, and then it's just something that I really, really wanted to do. And then I got into heavy metal and just was, I think Metallica, Master of Puppets was really what sold me on that. Really fall in love with music.
Do you find that when you perform songs that they evolve or change with each time that you play them? Do songs ever grow?
Absolutely. Yeah, they go through many phases where me and Miles will get together, put them together on acoustic guitar for a rough outline of the song, and then we'll get together with the band and put together a more tight arrangement of the song, and then we'll go into pre-production and come to a final edit and arrangement of the song with our producers. So they go through a few different filters along the way.
Are there any songs that surprised you by taking a different direction than you initially thought that they would?
Yeah, I think especially on this record, Ghost of Days Gone By, really came together in the end. It was a very hard song to put together. It had a completely different feel to the verses, and we made it make more sense, and I think it really turned out great in the end.
When you went into the album, did you have a vision of where you wanted to go, or did you just let the pieces fall where they may?
The only vision that I think we had, or I had at the time, was just to let the songs happen naturally, and not, like I said, not worry about playing it safe and coming up with anything for any kind of commercial reasons.
Okay, and last question for you. Do you have anything that you'd like to say to the Readers of Popularity?
Just thanks for their support, and check out them if they haven't.